Hey guys, we'll be playing Codorus Township Park in Glen Rock, Pennsylvania, and we'll be playing the red tees. There is a practice basket located to the right of the parking lot when you pull in, so you can get warmed up before teeing off at hole 1. Alright, here, hole 1, we have, it's a par 3, 240 feet. You can see it's just down that hill. I throw my Firebird forehand so it can kind of hit into that side of the hill and stop, maybe get a lucky roll, but still have a decent way to go for a putt. And it's a little windy here, but seems to get all the way there, just hits the basket and tap in for par. Hole 2 is another par 3, 315 feet. It's a little bit longer and a little bit straighter. Go for a forehand here to play it safe with out of bounds to the left and land just up on that hill. A little farther distance to go here. Still throwing a putter and kind of just laid it up here, and we'll tap in for another par. Hole 3 here is shorter, but you'll see the basket is on the end of the hill, so if you overthrow this one it could possibly roll out and go out of bounds far. So I threw my Firebird here again and tried to drop it in right on that hill, and seems to have the same result as the first 2 holes. It'd be nice to get a birdie on one of these, but looks like we'll have to settle. Another basket hit here and tap in for par. Hole 4, you actually have to go down and walk around this area to find the tee pad. There is out of bounds left and out of bounds right here, so you kind of want to keep it pretty straight. Played it pretty safe by throwing it out forehand and having it fade right. Could have gotten a little bit more distance out of it, but pretty happy with that one. And here there was a lot of wind. I probably should have thrown a mid-range or something, maybe something a little bit more stable to kind of rely on getting up there, but threw my putter, ended up a little short at around a 16-foot putt here, and ended up hitting the top van. So first bogey of the day. Hole 5 is starting out in the woods, and we're playing the short tees, so it was only about 200 feet. Tried to flip up a putter, but released it a little early, I think. But you'll see how many trees are in here. The next couple holes are all in the woods, so there's a lot of leaves too, so it's kind of hard to find your discs. I threw a Discraft Zone, keep it stable and keep it close to the basket. Tap in for par. Hole 6 is 300 feet, par 3, pretty straight. A lot of gaps here. Make one mistake and you'll be kicking out right or left. And here made it quite pretty much pin high. I had to have a putt here going back to the right side. Got close enough to tap in. No, maybe not. maybe I'm remembering wrong, but let's see here. Nice little straddle putt to get around the tree. Let's see if we make this. Yep, first long putt of the day. Give a little confidence boost. Hole 7, this happens. Yeah, this one you can kind of see the wind blowing all these leaves straight right at your face on it with a headwind here. The sky started getting a little bit dark here and thought it was going to rain. kind of held off though, so got to finish the round. But threw my sidewinder up and it just stayed understable, hit a tree and kicked right, so still have ways to go here. Just trying to get out of the woods here. This is throw 4, so this is for bogey. Throwing my zone again because there's a lot of wind, trying to keep it stable. And this is a nice little death putt. Missed this one, it goes down the hill, but dropped it in there, a little low, but better than having it roll. Now this is first out in the open, big wind shot, and threw my destroyer, stood straight up, went up in the air. You can see it kind of fade left there. Luckily, it landed short of out of bounds. These sidewalk areas are all out of bounds, so now I'm throwing it uphill, and the wind kept picking it up. So here I threw it pretty straight. Wind picked it up a couple feet and it skipped up a little bit. So somehow, even with that drive, saved par. Again, you can see how much the wind is whipping here. Now we're throwing it downhill. I swapped out my disc for a Firebird on this one. And you'll see, kind of throw it out to the right, but let it go a little early and the wind really took it out. That would be out of bounds there. You gotta land it in that, within all of those paths there to stay in bounds for hole 9. I re-teed for practice reasons, throw my destroyer, hit the path and skipped and ended up rolling down, but that seems to be a little bit better of a play, throwing it out farther with a less stable disc. So where my disc went out, I threw my putter, added the stroke, and I still have a decent putt here, maybe a 12-foot putt. And made that. So 3 throws, but have the penalty for going out of bounds. So now will be +4. Hole 10, you'll see, is up here on the hill. 390 feet. All that is out of bounds to the left of the path. Threw a strike here, hoping it would stay understable, and that did not happen at all. So, landed out of bounds. Had to throw from where it went out. Still had quite a bit to go, had 180 or so feet. Forehand with the destroyer, landed right on the hill, got pretty lucky. And we'll tap in here. A little high, a little scary. And just to the right, you'll turn around and go back into the woods for hole 11. And the basket's just down that hill. And that first tree there on that left is actually a lot closer than it looks. It's really hard to get around that, and I think that was in my head when I threw this and kind of grip locked it, held on to it a little too long. Now I'm throwing my T-Bird 3 to kind of loop around here and kind of get the result I wanted, but I guess it rolled down the hill a little bit too much. And I have absolutely no shot here at the basket, so try to get it over the tree, kicks out to the right, and I'll have a testing putt here. And I babied it. Should have put a little bit more on there. But now we're sitting +7 here. Only had a couple of mistake holes, but they add up. Here, hit the gap and I threw a Luna. Got a nice little hyzer flip on it. This is a very steep hill, and this is the first shot at birdie. And we made it. So we're back down to +6. You can see the rim of that basket, and the tee pads are all covered with leaves, but I'm going to throw my meteor here, understable mid-range. Try to shape it to the fairway, and grip locked it again. So you can see here, being fall time, all the leaves on the ground, a lot of yellow, green, and everything. Really hard to find the discs that kind of scoot under the leaves there. So don't look away from it if you're playing in the fall on a wood course. Through my Luna, let it go a little early. Nice little fade to the left. Have a chance here. And hit the chain, but pops out at the end. And tap in. So hole 14, 261 feet. We're back at +7. Throwing my sidewinder here. Fairway goes a little to the left and then back to the right, so hoping to kind of get that angle. Barely missed that tree. My disc makes it there, but then kicks out left. So I have a long putt here coming up for 14. Missed that one, and I'll have another shot here. And we made it. So hole 15 here, you can see the basket down there, and it kind of goes 246 feet and then finishes to the right. So I'll take my destroyer, looking to throw forehand, hit the gap, and have it fade. I had a nice little turn on it at the beginning. A little skip at the end, kind of skips out a little too far. Have another 12-foot putt here. And bounces right back at me. For a second I thought I was going to roll down, but you could take a couple steps up and try again. Could have used another birdie there. Here's a nice view walking almost out of the woods to tee off for hole 16. Basket's far up there. This is the only par 4, I believe, for this course, for the red tees. 486 feet. Gonna throw my strike here and hopefully can get it out of these woods. The champion strike has -2 turn and 2 fade, so hopefully it keeps it somewhat straight and somehow hit that gap to the left. Clearly not going for that, but we'll take it. We're gonna have another throw here. Gonna throw another driver, my destroyer. Take a nice little run up here, throw it out, and have it fade back a little bit. A little bit too much. Going to be towards the edge of the woods here, and it's a steep drop off behind the basket for 16. So wanted to give it a chance, but didn't want it to go too far, so we're right here. Drop it in there. Hole 17 is an island hole. Didn't see too many marks there to tell you what's out of bounds, but I didn't want to miss the hill and have it slide down, so threw a backhand shot and landed up about 20 feet away. And I think I went for it here. Yep, another basket hit. The wind kept shooting my disc down on putts quicker than I wanted them to. So got a par there. Last hole, hole 18, downhill. You can see the basket in the bottom left. And threw a forehand, a flex shot here, and flexed it pretty hard and held the line. Eventually came back. Went about 300, 330, and we'll have a chance at birdie to finish out the round. And knocked it in. Final score +6. Thanks for watching. This is a beautiful course to play. Can't wait to get out there again. And a lot of great views. So if you like it, please click the like button and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.